Good evening. Samara, can you bring me my glasses? Hey, you guys, good evening. How are you guys doing? Hey, Telsha. Hey, Just Be Real. Hey, Tess. Aisha. Muriel. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Ricky. How are you? You caught alive? Hey there. Hey, Kim. Ron and Stasia. Hey, Stasia. Hold on. Let me see if I missed somebody. Miss saying hello. Taxi. Good morning, Crystal. Mama Mia, Mary, Not in Use, Robin, let's see, Amar, Darlene, Janie, Ulysses, Miss Chat. I am doing great. Thank you. Felicia, hold on, I'm gonna go over here. Nubia, Berta, Darlene, Nina, Lynette. Hey, okay, hold on. Let me get all the names over here. Colleen, Maisha, good evening to you. Oh, I was coming. I was coming. Hey, Rhonda and Tamika. Let's see. Pink, hey there. Jimmy, thank you so much, sir. T. Williamson, I am great. I am. I'm doing well. Hold on, let me look. Ken is Kanaya. Kanaya? Hi, Kanaya. Hey, Just Be Real. I miss you guys too. Lit Torch. I only compete with the woman I was. That's what I'm talking about. Cali Truck Stop Theater. Okay, hello. Aloha, Polly. How are you? Hey, Tracy and Mimi. Hey, Jessica. Let's see. Susanna, JT. Hey there, Teresa. Love Forth. Let me see. Oh, thank you. Predator Free. I'm doing great. I am. Ken, Ken, Kene. Oh, Kene. That is pretty. Kene. Hey, Jen. How are you? Hi there, Pastor. How are you doing? Is that Pastor? Hey there, Pastor Frank. How are you, sir? Hi, Brandy. Robin, Samara. Samara, can you bring me my glasses? Hey, Terry. And is it Kelly from Ohio? Well, welcome. North Carolina. Okay. I'm glad you caught me live too. Thank you so much for being here. I'm getting my glasses so that the letters are bigger when I'm reading them. Mahalo. That's what I'm talking about. I am great. Hey, Kim from Orlando. How are you? I'm glad to see you guys too. I'm glad to see you guys when I put these glasses on. Los Angeles, the land of the narcs. Janea. Ken Nay. That's pretty. Ken Nay. I am doing great. Thank you for asking. Yes, we are healthy. You see them?
Where are they?
Hold on, you guys. They should be on the table.
No.
Hold on, you guys. Let me get my glasses. What happened to my glasses? Oh, the cat didn't knock them down. Okay. I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. How are you guys doing? Hope you all are doing well. Give me a minute. Yeah, they ran away, and check this out. I got them. Guess where they ran to?
I'm looking for your glasses.
They were right behind the camera. I couldn't see them. Here they go. Hey there, Miss Ruby. How are you? From Indiana. All right. I was going to say India. Donnie, Kimberly, how are you guys doing? Hey, Donna. All right, let's try this. Ha. I can see y'all. You said how you feel when you put your glasses on is how I feel about 3 months after leaving the NARC. You can clearly see now that the rain is gone, huh? Thank good, Stasia. I'm proud of you. Let's see, who'd I miss? Miss anybody? San Diego in the house. All right. You had to put your eyes on too? I'm doing great. See, Maritza. Maritza, how are you? Santiago. That's what I'm talking about. A ceremony pipe the other day, almost 18 months clean and sober. So wait a minute. So Stasia, a ceremony pipe is so I take it you're Native American? And then tell me a little bit. Well, I know you don't have a lot to write, but tell me what a ceremony pipe is. Ontario. Well, welcome. Guam in the house. All right. Yep. I can see now. You almost missed me? No. Here I am. Oh, a peace pipe. That's what it is? Okay. Hey, Stevie. How are you? Jen said those glasses are like a covert narcissist hidden in plain sight, right? Deborah said that, hey, Miss Deborah, how was the book? You've been writing during this coronavirus and speaking with a publisher, taking step-by-step course. You are a blessing. Yay! You wanted a peace pipe? Hey there, from Belize. It's a chalupa kind of pipe. Oh, okay. I'm supposed to Sundance this summer in Manitoba, hold on, Manitoba, Canada. Oh, wow. Okay. That I think I just posted someone posted on my Facebook, on my personal Facebook page, they posted Native American women who were in the military. So each one of them had, I don't know what their dress is called, but each one of them, well, I think they were all I don't know. I think they were all from the same tribe. They had the exact same apparel on, except each one of them had their branch of service on the back of it. I thought it was beautiful. So I shared that post. I'll find it and I'll share it to my sites. Well, thank you so much, Ava. I appreciate you. Well, you guys ready? Hi there from Maryland. Peace mood. All right. You were in the Army for 8 years. Thank you for serving. Thank you for serving as well. What do I have to say about co-parenting with a NARC? You never co-parent with a NARC. You counter-parent with a NARC. I did a video too, but it's you counter-parent with a NARC. It's always something, it's always something. So you counter-parent with a NARC, but I did a video on that. I haven't been called dear in a long time. Make me feel all young and stuff. My baby's mama gave her Cherokee blood. Stevie Benelli said that. Houston, all right. Atlanta in the house. Hey there. Maryland, New York City. How are you guys doing in New York City, Denise? How's everything going? I mean, we see what's on the news, but how are you doing, Miss Denise? How are you doing? Hey, Tamara, how are you? Nubia says she got to be over there with the clock throwers. I'm not giving them a time tonight. I mean, y'all don't have a lot to do. I mean, unless you guys are on the front line or essential workers. And for that, we keep you guys, hola, we keep you guys, Manitoba. Oh, Manitoba. Okay. Thank you. So I pronounce it the way it look. Neen said, I sent you an email if you could do words in their codes. I didn't say words in their codes. I think I said coded something, but there's a video I did on that. The words themselves, I didn't say that they do use codes, but they code your mind. But I did do a video on that. You work from home? Okay, cool. Miami, all right. British Columbia, Canada. Go, girl. So you're not Native American. Is it called Native Canadian? Am I correct on that? So is it the the native. Okay, so our beloved natives are Native Americans here, and then so Canada, would that be correct to say Native Canadians? Am I correct with that, or what are they? What is the tribes called there? I'm learning. Jennifer said, I'm seeking encouragement on how to deal with trauma bonding during this difficult season. Hold on just a minute. I'm seeking encouragement on how to deal with trauma bonding during this difficult season. I know it does more damage than good. He doesn't see it, of course. Of course they don't. Hey, or Arizona, of course they don't see it. They know what they're doing when it comes to the game that they're playing, but they don't know that there's a name to it. They don't know that there's a name to it. But I did do a video on trauma bonding, and if you need coaching or consultation when it comes to, because it's hard to do a lot of encouragement in here besides the encouragement that I do on the videos. But if there's one-on-one type of encouragement you need, you are more than welcome to make an appointment with me. There's a bunch. I am a carrier native. Carrier native. So what is it? You see how interested I am, right? So what is a carrier native? What does that mean? I'm learning, Stasia. I think it's really beautiful. Please wait, Candy. This is how it goes in here. Only warning. Oh, okay. I missed something. What did I miss? Hey, Bradenton, Florida. How are you? Candy, watch yourself. They're watching you too, and I'm watching you. Watch yourself. This is how I always start my videos. If you don't like it, go find another video to get on, get another live to get on, or you will be ignored on purpose. Hey there, Miss Candace. Monarch is in the hospital on a ventilator fighting for his life, and he has the COVID-19. Wow, when I said karma I didn't mean this. What? You didn't put it on them. You didn't put that on them, Candace. Can we please get to narc abuse? Oh, that's what she said. I did. I just read it. Telsha said, wait a minute. She will be blocked. Watch it. Thank you, Candy. I appreciate that. When we get to narc abuse now, you got to understand something on a live video with me. On a live video for me, this is my opportunity and your opportunity to interact with me. You can ask me questions. We can laugh and joke because a lot of you guys are coming out of these relationships. A lot of you are in these relationships. You're trying to find some kind of solace, some type of normalcy. And so when I come on live, there's not just one topic. I kind of just go back and forth between the stuff that you're asking me, guiding you back to the videos. And I just talk to you guys. Sometimes you need someone to talk to, just listen to, read your comments and everything. If you want to go straight to narc abuse, a lot of the videos that I pre-recorded, that are already up there, the ones that are not live, those are the ones that are topic focused. Usually when I'm on live, I'm freestyling. Yeah, I'm freestyling. Yeah, so I'm freestyling on the lives. So whatever you guys would like to ask me, you're still on time, Mary. Talk off the dome. Hit, like the military say, I do hip pocket training. So yeah, I do the meet and greet and everything too. So I get to talk to you guys. I get to find out what your questions are, what videos you like. So, oh, thank you with the fish tank. I will show you guys, but I just turned on the lights. It is so pretty. I don't have any fish in there yet. I got to let the tank warm up, I guess. So, is a jewel in his crown. Yes, Dr. Brian. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. I seem to be a narc maggot. How do I demagnetize? You need to make an appointment with me and we can talk about that. You make an appointment with me. That's a long topic to demagnetize. That's not a topic that you just talk about offhand. That's something I would have to study, put together for you guys. And really, that is something that I would do one-on-one with you because I need to find out more about you. It's not easy to tell somebody how to demagnetize from a narcissist unless I know your habits. If I know your habits, if I know your lifestyle, if I know something about your family, that's how I usually get. It's not easy to give you advice like that. It's not easy. Most people do ask that question, but it's not easy to give you advice on how to demagnetize from a narcissist unless I know something about you. So everybody is different. So everybody has a different magnet that pulls them into your circle. So I would have to get to know you. Yeah, you think you're a narc magnet? Yeah. Sometimes you have to look at your family history. Sometimes you don't even realize you had narcissistic fish. All right. Sometimes you don't realize the type of family that you. I don't do counseling. I don't do one-on-one counseling, but I do coaching over. If you do counseling with me, you have to be in the state of Washington, and I have to be in network with your insurance provider or as cash. So that's the only way that I do counseling. Coaching, however, I do coaching. You send me an email if you want to make an appointment. You send me an email at Dr. Carmen. You guys put it up on both of these on Periscope. I mean, not Periscope, on Facebook and on YouTube. Dr. Carmen Bryant is DrCarmenBryant, and you can make a one-on-one appointment. You let me know that you're interested, and I will send you my fees for consultation or coaching, and we can talk. But in order for me, a lot of time, in order for me to give you advice on how to demagnetize yourself from a narcissist, I need to know about you. It's not easy to give advice like that if I don't know anything about you, because I don't know what you're doing, how you are, where you come from, the type of family that you have, in order for me to determine what is magnetizing them to you. Hey, Miss Carolyn, how are you? Okay. Let's see. Always look well put together. Oh, thank you. So imagine so I have to dress up. Well, not dress up. I have to make myself up Tuesday through Thursday. Then on Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, I don't have to put any makeup on. The only time I put on makeup is when I come on live. So it take me a little while to put my face on, since I don't have my face on to come on to be with you guys. Yes, Miss Candy, you stick with me. I'll help you through. I will help you through. Miss April said, I can't seem to have complete healing. I left my narc almost 4 years ago, and I still think about the horrible things he did. Should I have healed by now? Well, April, you can't heal until you make it. Hey, Miss Yolanda, you can't heal until you make up your mind to let it go. See, that's why I tell you guys all the time. Forgiveness is a big thing, and most people. Is emotional coaching covered by insurance with you? Emotional coaching? I've never heard of emotional coaching, but coaching in general, no, I do not accept insurances for coaching, because coaching is only offered to those of you that are out of state. Counseling, however, is covered by insurance if I am in network with your insurance. But if I'm not in network with your insurance, and then you have to be here in the state of Washington, I cannot counsel outside the state of Washington. But I do not coach, and I do not accept insurance for coaching. It is cash only, and you're welcome to email me. But April, as I was saying, first of all, that's why forgiveness is very important. There are a lot of people that have been really badly wounded by these individuals, and forgive yourself. Hey, New Dawn arises. Forgive them, or forgive yourself. But forgiveness has nothing to do with the person that offended you. Most people assume it does. No, it does not. To forgive a person is to cut the ties between you and that person. As long as you are unforgiving and you refuse to forgive them, you always hold them close to you. And you always, everything about them, you'll always remember. Whether the car, the smell, the look, a certain word, you are really tormenting yourself because you have put yourself in the cage. But when you forgive someone, that's not letting them go. That's cutting yourself away from that individual. You don't have to announce to a person, I forgive you, and then you expect everything to be okay. And when you forgive someone, that does not mean that you have forgotten what they've done. That's called amnesia. And so we don't have amnesia. I still remember what you've done to hurt me, and I'm not going to put myself in a position with you again for you to do that again. I forgive you, and you may not have anything to do with these individuals. That doesn't mean you go back and cultivate a relationship with them. That doesn't even mean that you tell them that you forgive them. Some of you guys feel that you have to let them know that you've forgiven them. You don't have to tell them that you've forgiven them. That is between you and yourself. Once you've forgiven them and cut them loose from you, you have cut them off of you. The next thing is to forgive yourself. Some of you guys won't even forgive your own self. You see what I mean? You don't forgive your own self. You don't forgive, and that's all you really struggle with, is the fact that I can't. Yeah, you cut the cord. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. You cut the cord. It's like you're cutting the umbilical cord between you and the narcissist. Anytime you decide not to forgive someone, it's like you are still connected to that person through the umbilical cord. And what comes through the umbilical cord? Nutrients or food, it feeds another person. Well, they still feed off you. Hey, Miss Whitney, they're still feeding off of you, even though they're nowhere around you. They could be dead and gone, but you are still connected and you're sucking up garbage. It's like you are absorbing garbage. You are still absorbing all this hatred and this ugliness, and it comes back in your memories over and over again. You can forgive someone, and then you have to remember that it takes a process to separate yourself from that person, where eventually, like I always say, you can lick a window and they won't, and you won't even care. But it has nothing to do. A narcissist doesn't care whether you forgive them or not. They could care less, and then you'll feel stupid forgiving them because you feel like it wasn't even worth it. Well, you weren't doing it for them. You were doing it for yourself, to free yourself so you can heal. So the reason why some people have not recovered from it is because they haven't let go. So sometimes you have not let go. So if you have not let go, then how are you going to heal? The person is still running around in your head. Shin Shin said, "You are very good. I think you're great. You please tell them people how to cut because they don't know how to." I think that's what I was just doing. But the point is that anytime you decide to unforgive, hey, Ms. Robbie, every time you decide to unforgive, you allow them to have free run in your head. You allow them free reign in your head and in your emotions. And these people still have control over you because they can still cause you to react. You still get angry. You still hurt. You still cry. It doesn't mean that when you're recovering from being in a relationship with a narcissist is not going to hurt. Any relationship that you were invested in, you're going to hurt. But yeah, your body holds on to trauma. And so any relationship, even if it wasn't a narcissistic relationship, if you were in love with a person and things didn't work out, it really emotionally bothers you. It hurts. But you have to remember that being with a narcissist is a totally different relationship than any relationship that you've ever been in your life. This is the most damaging, most abusive, even if they've never put their hands on you. It's the most damaging and the most abusive that you'll ever experience. So there's a lot of damage that is done being in these type of relationships. Veronica said, "How do therapists that are specialists in NPD not see it all? Still trying to get me to couples therapy, and that's the only way the traits will come out." Well, first of all, Veronica, not specialist therapists. Okay, therapists don't specialize in NPD unless they want to. And when they specialize in NPD, sometimes they specialize in personality disorders, treating personality disorders. And anybody that's in the mental health field knows that a personality disorder cannot be cured. You can't cure it. You can't fix it. It's nothing. So if a person, just like with me in counseling, if I realize that the person has a personality disorder, it may not be NPD, maybe something else. But if a person has a personality disorder, I will refer them to another lady that I know that I went to school with that enjoys working with personality disorders. She just loves working with personality disorders. That's her thing. So she specializes in personality disorders. So I will refer them over to her or to someone else that specializes in personality disorder. I don't deal with personality disorders. Once I determine, because number one, most insurance companies are not going to pay for personality disorders because they know that's a long-term counseling, and it doesn't. Yeah, domestic violence doesn't work. Domestic violence counseling does not work. Nope. And so, Robin, what did that have to do with this conversation? I do have a wonderful dog. Okay. I don't know if you were talking to somebody else, but anyway, but personality disorder cannot be cured. So when they specialize in personality disorders, that they're working with people that have personality disorder. Now, if a therapist like myself decides to pick something that they enjoy working with, there are some that enjoy working with children or people that have autism. There are some people that that are therapists that they specialize in children only. There are some that decide to work with eating disorders only. So each one of them specialize. There are some of us that decide that we enjoy. Now I work with all counseling except for personality disorders. But what I focus on when I'm on camera and I'm writing and I'm doing, this kind of stuff that I'm doing, I specialize in domestic violence. Hey there, Legazi. How are you, Paulina? but a captain, ma'am. But also, but what happens is those, like for example myself, I specialize in domestic violence. I specialize in well, I decided to do trauma counseling, but I specialize in domestic violence, meaning I deal with the victims or the survivors of domestic violence. Hey, Miss Courtney, because I that's what I choose to work with. And so in the process of choosing to work with that, I discovered why aren't a lot of people able to heal from the domestic violence. And then I discovered the narcissist abuse, the effects of someone abusing someone that has narcissism, and the type of behavior that they have and how they conduct themselves. And as I begin to study it and watch people and talk to people and talk to them, and then even look at my own life, I realized, oh my gosh, you know, oh, thank you so much. And I miss you, girly, Miss Paulina. And I'm so proud of you. Congratulations to you. I'm so proud. I watch you all the time. I need to get into your workout program. Matter of fact, I'm going to inbox you because I need to get some of this fat off. I see you working out. I see you, girl. I see you. All cute with your little old self. But you have to remember that, like for me, I specialize in the after effects. And so to talk to people, look at my own life, and then put, this experiential together. And did you get what I was saying, Miss Polly? But to put experiential together and to watch people and to work with people, and two clicks about how these individuals abuse, and come to find out they have the same MO. They do the same things. And all of you guys say the exact same things. Even when you email me, you say the exact same things. So that's how therapists specialize in something that interests them. Not all therapists are really interested in dealing with domestic violence. A lot of them are not, and a lot of them are not trained or have learned about narcissist abuse because it's not something that's being taught. What's being taught is what a lot of us are getting on camera. Dr. Les Carter, myself, Dr. Ramani. There are other professionals that actually come on here and talk about the effects of being abused by somebody that has narcissism, and what their behavior is like, the common behavior. How, hey, Jorge, but how they behave, how they act, how they think, what do they do, how they traumatize their victims. So a person that's in the mental health field has to want to learn about it. They just don't know. That's not something that's taught on a college level. That's not something that we're taught in school. Everything that we specialize in is usually something that we learn after we graduate. After you graduate. Christine said, how do you suggest on how to handle living a normal life during the COVID-19? My clients are really struggling. Are they with narcissists? Are they with narcissists? Well, hey there, Sinclair. Hey, Sonia. Well, thank you for being here. Okay, some of these are going really fast. So he's going back and forth. One day nice, loving, the next not a peep, but gut tells me he's messing around even though he has ED. Well, they can take pills to work with that ED. So yeah, he's probably he's trauma bonding you, but he's probably, if he's ghosting you and doing that, he's probably uh trying to pull someone else in. He's love bombing someone, and you're in his way. I wish I could see you, but I'm on the East Coast. Oh, well, if you do coaching with me, most people that do coaching with me, you get one-on-one camera time with me. So hard to trust professionals without experience. I'm in this field. Exactly. Because a lot of them are not trained in it because they don't know what it is. They don't realize that a lot of people are now coming to counseling because they're realizing the type of situation that they're in. And so a lot of therapists are not trained or don't really understand narcissist abuse. That's something that they have to want to go and learn about. You guys are always welcome to share my videos. There's a whole bunch of counselors on here. Believe it or not, there are a lot of professional Miss Jen, she's a counselor. Who else over here? Someone over here is a counselor. I've got social workers on here, and so these are the ones that you want to look for in your area. Miss Jen, where are you located? Because I don't know if you guys are doing telemental health. If you are a counselor on here, if you are a therapist, if you are a clinical professional, a licensed or certified social worker, or a marriage and family therapist, or a counselor, if you are certified or you are licensed in your state, put down what you are and what state you're in. And for those of you that are looking for counselors in your area that understands narcissist abuse, you're welcome, if that's okay with you guys, to seek them. You can look on Psychology Today and look up their names if they're willing to give you their names, so that you can connect with them. Right now in the United States, I don't know everywhere. I know in the state of Washington, they are encouraging most of us to do telemental health. So when you're doing telemental health, it's easy for me to see people all throughout the state of Washington because of the fact that I'm doing telemental health. Now, once they lift that back up, I'm not contracted with many people to do telemental health. So when I go back into my office, a lot of the people that are within the state of Washington who can't come to my office are, I can't counsel you, Veronica. I'm sorry. Or to become a therapist counselor for narcissist abuse. There is no such thing as becoming a counselor for narcissist abuse. You become a counselor. You get the education, you become a counselor or marriage and family therapist, and then you go, hey Asia, then you go and get yourself enough education to train yourself to be able to help, like trauma. You can get certified. I'm a certified trauma professional, so you can go and get certified in trauma counseling. You can also you study domestic violence. You study behaviors of victims of trauma, and then you put together your own program and you specify what you want to focus on. If that's some, but there is no such thing as I don't advertise myself as a narcissist abuse specialist as a therapist, because I put down what I do. I do counseling and what I do counseling in. How do you have to graduate in something you don't need to help people with heavy trauma, or do you know a course I can take in trauma and narcissist abuse? Shin, are you listening to me as I'm talking? You got to pay attention to what I'm talking. You got to pay attention to what I'm talking. I'm giving the answers out as I'm talking. Um, uh, can I call you Paulina? Because Lagazi, because I'll think I'm talking to Paulina and I know I'm talking to Lagazi. You're the same person. But are there different types of narcissists? Yes, there are. You guys remember what the different types are? So you have a covert narcissist and you have an overt narcissist. The overt narcissist is the one that's see, they're already putting it over here. So the overt narcissist is one that's usually on the lower end. So look at narcissism on a scale. So narcissism on a scale, you have the lower functioning to the higher functioning, and the mid, have the mid. And so the lower functioning, they have no idea what they are, and they're usually the most malignant ones. Those are the ones that police gonna pick up because they're putting their hands on family, kids, and tearing stuff up, and they have this horrible, they have this those, I mean, the behavior is just off the chain. They cuss you out, they anything. Those are the ones that you really see a lot of times that are physical abusers. Then you go further up, then you go up the scale, you have the mid-range narcissists. Those are the ones, they don't know what they are, but they're starting to understand what they're doing. Yeah, the lower ones are more aggressive. The middle ones are usually the ones that they don't really understand what they are. They just enjoy what they're doing because of the power and the control they feel. And so they realize that this is a game and that most people fall for these games that they're playing. So they just keep adding, they keep learning. And so they're kind of that mid-range, like, I like the way this is working, and they start to stop being so overt. They will slip up and, you'll see that other side of them. But as you go up the scale, what you call the more high functioning narcissists, will also, you may have heard the term greater narcissists, are the ones that understand. A lot of them know what they are. They know what they're doing, and they're very, very hidden. Those are the more covert ones. So the mid to to higher range, or like more of the covert ones that you don't realize who they are? These are the ones that normally hidden in plain sight. These are the ones that are sweetest, nicest people you'll ever meet. They'll do anything, give the shirt off their back at home. The people are, I mean, the families are suffering at the hands or at the mouth or the abuse of the narcissist. Then you have the somatic versus the cerebral narcissist. The cerebral narcissist is the one that's a thinker. These are the ones that enjoy brain fuel. They love to be around people that are of high status thinkers, book smart, and a lot of them are really, they're not into sex the way that a somatic is. They use sex for the purpose of pulling you in, but they're not really into sex. Then you have those. Then I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. But then you have those that are somatic. And to make a comment on the message I just got, the person knows who I'm talking to. The somatic ones, if that is the case, if you think that person is one, the somatic ones are the ones that are very handsome, very pretty. Those are the ones that are usually into the way that they look, their appearance in front of people, how many women they can get, how many men they can get. They're always from woman to woman or man to man. They don't have a problem crossing sexual boundaries. They may claim to be homosexual or lesbian, but they cross into the heterosexual world. And if anybody catches them, they will gaslight them or make them look crazy, or vice versa. You have those that are in the heterosexual community that will cross over into the LGBTQ plus community. And then if they get caught, they'll try to cover their tracks, or they'll try to call that person crazy, or and so they don't have any boundaries, so they don't mind crossing boundaries. But a somatic narcissist is more into appearance. They're very attractive. These are very charming individuals, beautiful a lot of times. I mean, it's like everybody just believes everything that they say, and they're so charming and so manipulative. They're like a snake. And so if I am correct, to the individual that sent me that message, you know who you are. If I'm correct, I am under the impression that is possibly you are with a somatic, but I will call you tomorrow. So let's see. Best to be celibate for life. No, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I disagree with that. You just have more wisdom now how to pick and choose wisely, and how to get out of something if it doesn't feel right. So I disagree with that. Now, if you want to be celibate all your life, you go ahead. But I still believe and I still honor the union and the what's the word I'm looking for marriage. Hey, Tiara. I do not I do not hold on. I'm trying to read all the comments. I'm sorry. But what I'm saying is that, if you want to be celibate, you be celibate. I still believe in the sanctity of marriage. I still believe in marriage. Just because we went through what we went through and it was a bad experience, a lot of time, well, thank you, Miss Tiara. But a lot of times we're so angry, and so we're so angry and so hurt that we have totally turned off relationships. Well, that's not the case. You have to recover from that, and you have to learn. You know what I mean? You have to learn. So most of us are learning. I did talk about covert narcissists. I did. Where were you at? I don't want to be celibate, but I really suffer badly from my ex-somatic narc. So you have to look and see, what are you doing? So you have to look at yourself to determine, what are you doing, and keep. When I say what are you doing is sometimes we keep doing the same thing over and over again and keep wondering why we keep ending up in the same situation. Sometimes you have to make obligations. Yeah. Sometimes you have to look and see, how do you keep falling into the same thing over and over again. Sometimes you might want to take a step back, leave relationships alone for a minute, and work on yourself. Because if you don't work on yourself, you're going to keep attracting, and probably that might be one of the answers that you're looking for. Sometimes you have to step back. You have to look at the family you come from. You have to see how you were taught, because some things that were taught to you were not correct. Some things that were taught to you, family tradition, traditions, obligations. This is just how we do things. This is how the family, a lot of you guys come from different cultures. A lot of times with cultures, different cultures, there are certain things that men and women learn in cultures. And then on top of that, in those cultures, a lot of time narcissism is kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Is kind of not sneered at, but it's kind of like, acceptable. Mistreatment of spouses in certain countries. Thank you. Mistreatment or control over spouses in certain cultures is acceptable. That has been years tolerated. There we go. And so misuse or abuse, or to I have talked to people of different cultures and even different religious organizations, and a lot of times, traditionally there are certain things that is acceptable and not acceptable for men and women in certain cultures, certain religions, and so sometimes I'm not able to advise those of different cultures because they're still in the culture. You see what I mean? And so a lot of times you have people contacting me that are not in the United States, and they live in that type of culture. It's very hard for me to advise you because of the fact that you're still in that culture, and that is how that culture is. Sometimes it's hard to break culture. It's hard to break traditions. As a Latina, the man is the man of the household, where men are machista. Yeah, yeah. A lot of cultures are like that, though. Where the man is the head of the house, controls everything, and the woman is responsible for the home, and that's it. There are certain culture. My daughter, she was well, one of my daughters that's military. One of my military daughters was teaching me that even in her culture, it was frowned upon for her to go into the military because her responsibility was to stay at home with her mother, learn to cook and clean and raise children. And that was not, what was in her heart. She went into the military and she really defied her own culture. And then, the parents they kind of machismo. Yeah. But her family finally accepted the fact that she was not just going to go with regular traditions of her family, but to break tradition a lot of times, or break culture for a lot of people, that is not acceptable. That is not something that they're willing to do. And so a lot of times, narcissism and narcissism is in when that culture as well. I'm Latina, regardless you're or dating or you're married, you have to set rules. El la roche, men need clean cook, so women need to date men who clean cook. It's 2020. I understood what you were saying. I agree with you. Kimberly said he tried to be head of my household. We weren't married and it's my home. Girl, you the head of your own house. If you're not married, why are you guys giving boyfriend, husband benefits? And why, men, are you giving wives wifely benefits? If you're not married to her and she's not married to you, why are you guys giving each other husband and wife benefits? Or if you're in the LGBTQ community plus, why are you giving each other husband and wife privileges? Sometimes you have to look. So I know some of y'all grown, and Dr. C, you don't tell me what to do. Okay, I ain't gonna tell you what to do. But my question is what you have been doing, is it working for you? So you might have to change what you have been doing, correct? Did I miss something? Okay, I was making sure I didn't miss anything. Some people don't, and see, that's the thing about mentor. I said this the other day. That's why it's so important to have a mentor in your life. Your mentor is not supposed to be your BFF. It's not supposed to be your best friend. Your best friend or your friend is concerned with how you feel. So if they tell you something and they hurt your feelings, they're concerned about hurting your feeling, and they prefer to be your friend. So if this is going to hurt your feelings, sometimes they may not say anything. A mentor don't care about your feelings. When I say they don't care about your feelings, of course they care about your feeling, but their whole focus, and Paulina, you know this from being in the military in general, You care about the troops, you care about the soldiers, but I'm more concerned about your future. I'm more concerned about your welfare, and I'm more concerned without you making a fool of yourself to get you back on track with where you need to go. You can fall out, you can cry, you can kick and scream. I could care less about your emotions, but I care about your future. That's what you want. And a real mentor is going to make, can I use the word ticked off? A real mentor is going to tick you off. A real mentor is going to make you mad. A real mentor will make you not want to talk to them. Yeah, sounds like parenting, don't it? But a real mentor, they are concerned with your future. They're concerned with getting you to your future. My mentor wouldn't have gotten me to this point if she was over concerned with my emotions. And when I was hurting and I was kicking and screaming and I was, boohooing, I didn't let everybody, I'm a thug. So I don't cry in public like that. Now I'll cry around her, but I won't cry in public like, because I'm a thug. I'm a thug, y'all. At least on the first. But the point is that if she was over concerned with my emotions, she would have never gotten me to the point that I am here now. And I'm still under mentorship. Never assume if you outgrow your mentor, it's time for you to be with another mentor. You should never outgrow your mentor. You should never outgrow your mentor, because a mentor is taking you into the right direction, not concerned. That's why a lot of you guys, I have had some of you guys ask, I would love for you to be my mentor. If I was your mentor, you wouldn't like me very much, because I don't fall for people's excuses all the time. I'm not all into the emotions. There are a couple of you guys on here that know, I'm not gonna say your name. I'm not gonna let you wallow in your sorrow. You get upset, you decide to break up with me and not talk to me for the next week. You'll be back if you truly respect me as a mentor. Yep. If you truly, you ain't no thug. You shut up, Yolanda. You don't know me no more. It's been 30 years. You don't know me no more. I wouldn't be where I'm at if this woman hadn't gave me mentorship. Who? Who gave you mentorship, Paulina? Oh, I'm trying to look. I'm sorry. I was trying to look at some comments that will come down on top of my screen. Oh, you talking about me? Oh, do I do couples counseling? I do. I just don't have any availability to do it right now. I remember Miss Paulina when she was a young whippersnapper, before she even made it into the ranks of. Matter of fact, you weren't even. Be quiet, Yolanda. I missed it. I missed it. Did I miss somebody? Did I need to go check somebody's just real? Did I need to go check somebody? Thug life, you and that. I'm not married to him, right? I'm not married to him. But I remember her when she was a young whippersnapper. She was a young whippersnapper before she was even a leader. Before she was even a leader, and now Miss Paulina is a captain. Are you gonna make major anytime soon? I mean, are you coming up for major? But she was an enlisted when I knew her, and then she went from enlisted and she went into the officers corps, and I'm proud to say that she is a commissioned officer in the United States Army. I am so proud of her. I am so proud of her. I am. I always look at your two bars on the top of your head. I was like, look at her, trying to lead somebody somewhere. But anyway, someone over here said, congratulations, Paulina. They have no idea who I'm talking to either. If a father is narcissistic and he keeps abusing with his harsh language, how would you deal with that? How would I deal with that, or how would you deal with that? If a father is narcissistic and keeps abusing with his harsh language, how would you deal with that? That's something that you have to determine yourself. If you actually if you actually listen to a lot of my videos, you can come up with your own conclusion. You have to make a decision what you're going to do. I can't make the decision for you, but if you've been watching the videos, you have to make a decision as to what you're going to do. You like my lingo, whippersnapper? She was a little old whippersnapper. Thank you for the information. Appreciate this session. Exponential blessings. Dr. Carmen will be in touch. Yes, ma'am. I'm looking forward to speaking to you. And I'm looking forward to one day coming over there to Hawaii and seeing a lot of you guys over there in Hawaii. Where at, if you don't mind me asking? Where at? Okay, Kimberly, you talking to me? Hey, Dr. Carmen, I know this is totally off topic, but how do you keep your curls from shrinking? The shrinkage is real, girl. Pinky, you know what? I don't have time to ask that. Trust me, my shrinkage is real. I got my shoulders shrugged up so you don't see how much shrinkage I have. That's why I'm sitting like this so you don't see my shrinkage. See? You guys know I have long hair. Thank you, Sharna. Yes, please. That would be amazing. What island are you on, Polly? Where is the line between narcissistic and sociopath and psychopath? That requires me to study so I can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 together for you. Yeah, it's called shrinkage. When you're talking about black girls' hair, you're talking about shrinkage. Our breakup is new and I keep having crying spells. What can I do? Please help. Girl, go through your is that girl? I'm sorry. Nakila. You're gonna have to go through them crying spells. Some of you guys want to stop. Some of you guys are trying to stop. Did Dr. Carmen still wear that red hair? I do still wear that red hair. It's just I haven't been out to do anything with it yet. I still wear my red hair. See, how many years has it been, Paulina? Let me think. 1999, 2000. It's been almost like 20 years, right? 20 years? Dang, I've been knowing you that long? 19, 20 years? Thank you. Thank you. But I mean, some of you guys are trying to get beyond. Where are you at, Polly? Oh, hold on. Kauai in Hawaii, and okay, I'm gonna mess it up. Right, Atia in Tahiti. Okay, beautiful. 25. Dang, I've been knowing you that long. Wow. What you look like in your 30. Okay, I think I'm missing the whole conversation. Okay, I'm gonna get back. Dr. Romani has a good video on that. Carmen probably does too, just can't recall. Oh, don't know which video we're talking about. Let's see. Jennifer said, I feel like a soldier in spiritual warfare dealing with my husband. He doesn't know I'm studying narc abuse and him. I'm not sure what to share with him and what not to. Nothing. Why would you share anything with him? That's like talking to your enemy. You giving your enemy your game plan. You don't give your enemy your game plan. If you give your enemy your game plan, you said that's a quarter of a century of friendship. We knew each other in the military. That's military sister and brotherhood. That's sister and brotherhood in the military. That was my sister in the military. That was my baby girl when she was a little yuppie. And now she's a big girl. She leading troops and stuff. She's an officer. I don't cry, but think about him often. How do I make it stop? See, like I was just saying a minute ago, some of you guys are trying to get beyond the process. You're trying to skip the process. When you go through school, some of you started preschool, some of you at Head Start, some of you weren't. But from kindergarten to 12th grade, unless you prove that you know this subject, they'll skip you to the next grade. But you have to go from kindergarten to 12th grade. Some of you guys are trying to skip elementary school and go right into high school. But when you are leaving a relationship, there is something that you guys are going to go through that you need to go through, which means, already sleeping with the enemy. And so, which means some of you guys are going through heartbreak. You guys go look up the 7 stages of grief. There's 7 stages of grief and loss. You guys are going through the 7 stages of grief and loss. You're not going to go through all of them in numerical sequence. Some of you are not going to go through all of the process, but you're going to go through the different processes of grief and loss. And you have to know that you're going to experience pain. You're going to experience excruciating emotional pain. You're going to deal with crying. You're going to deal with hatred. You're going to deal with some of you go through homicide and suicidal thoughts. Don't do it. You see what I mean? Don't do it. You have to understand that you being a normal person who has a heart, when you have a heart and you love someone, that doesn't take away, just because you were with a narcissist doesn't take away from your emotions. You have emotions and they were real, and you truly, really love this individual that did not know how to love you back. regardless of how many years you were with them or how short of a time you were with them. A narcissist is a narcissist, and once you get attached to a narcissist, they cause the utmost damage. For those of you that have been longer, sometimes you have those overt narcissists, and they cause a lot of damage, and I mean, a lot of damage to your heart, to your mind, to your thought process, to your self-esteem. Some of you guys, but you cannot try to skip the process. Some of you guys are wanting me to help you stop the pain. There is no stopping the pain. What it is, though, is you have people like us that are online that are very supportive, and you listen to when you're having a bad day. Click on the videos, check out one of the videos where I'm doing more laughing and joking, but this is what the purpose of this group is, especially on these lives, so we can laugh and joke, we can talk, I can pick on y'all. And sometimes that's what you need to get your mind refocused on something else. So don't worry about trying to skip steps. Go through the steps, and I trust you me. A lot of you guys try to jump back in a relationship, in between the time that you're hurting because you think it's going to dull the pain. Well, that's what alcoholics do. Alcoholics, when they start having a hangover, they drink to stop the hangover. But what you're doing is you're actually making the situation worse. And so you don't keep drinking in order not to feel the hangover, because eventually you're numbing the pain. And then on top of that, you're causing a bigger problem because you're causing addiction. And so some of you guys, don't get into a relationship while you're still going through the process of grief and loss, because you're getting into a relationship out of a rebound. And what you're doing is you're just sweeping stuff under the carpet. And if you never deal with it, and you never go through the complete process and the complete cycle of grief and loss, you'll get back into another relationship, and this time it'll be even worse. And what'll happen is you're going to be thinking to yourself, I keep pulling these people in. But you never gave yourself time to heal. You don't go, if you have a broken leg, you don't go to the hospital and get your leg reset and go play kickball the next day or go run track, the next day. That's absurd. So you wouldn't do that if you're physically injured. Why would you do that when you are emotionally injured? Think about that for a minute. So the process that you guys are going through, you're going through it, and you're going to hurt. There's nothing you can do to take that pain. When I was going through it, I cried for 6 months. I did my thug tears for 6 months straight. Every night I cried for 6 months straight. Nobody knew. I can tell you now, but 6 months straight, I cried for 6 months. Every night I waited till my little girl went to sleep, and I laid on the floor and I cried. Sometimes I cried so hard. I had some thug tears. I had some, thug tears. But I cried for 6 months. I laid on the floor and hid from her, and I cried for 6 months because it was the most excruciating pain that I had ever been through in my life. To give up 22 years of your life to an illusion where nothing is real, where you loved and you tried to love, and all of a sudden, you can make yourself happy. That's right. But for you to have loved someone in 22 years or 18 years, or some of you 15 years or 30 years, 24 years, that you realize that you were in a relationship and you were the only one in the relationship. You were the only one paddling the boat. And you realize that everything that you sacrificed, everything that you gave in the relationship, you gave him children, you gave her, your money, you bought her a home, you bought her cars, you ain't no thug. I know well. I don't matter how long it's been. Girl, I done had to leave soldiers in the military. You can't be no crybaby. You got to be a thug. Some of these soldiers in the military were crazy. Paulina, no. Some people in the military, you can't be all soft in the military. I'm a thug. I'm a thug. I'm not even a thug. I'm a thug. But what I'm saying is that when you have given up your life for someone, you have given up, a relationship is a very vulnerable situation in which you have to be vulnerable in the relationship, and you're doing everything that you think that you should do in this relationship, even to a point where the relationship ends and you're trying to figure out what in the world could I have done to make it last. Well, why is it that what is it that you could have done? What about the other person that's in the relationship? And for you to have to step out of this relationship and you've lost everything, homes, cars, families are hurting right with you. Families are hurting too, because you're not even the same person that you were, and you're hurting. So you're not laughing like you used to laugh. You're not joking. I'm a jokester. I laugh and joke all the time. And I realized that there were times where my jokes weren't right. They weren't even funny to me. And then there were a lot of times I was quiet, and I'm a talker. There was a lot of times where I was quiet, and I was stuck in my head. How in the world, after all this time that you sacrifice so much, and then you have nothing, you come out with nothing. I gave up a lot. I'm not gonna say I gave up everything, because I didn't give up everything, but I gave up majority of everything. A lot of everything, and I had to start from ground zero. Just moving out of a house and moving into a small apartment and having to do everything all over again by yourself. When someone has taken everything that you had, or there was a certain lifestyle that you build. You see what I mean? And so, what makes you think that you coming out of a situation like that anybody can tell you this is the formula so you don't hurt anymore? No, you have to go through that process. If you listen to me and you go through the process, sometimes it's going to be very hard for you guys. It took me almost 6 years five. Hold on. It took me about 6 years to finally recover from that tragedy. 6 years, it was like a truck accident. So it took me 6 years to finally recover from that accident and get myself back on track, to figure out who I was. Do I even like myself? What do I like? What hairstyles do I like? What color do I like? What do I want my little apartment to look like? What kind of car do I like driving? What kind of makeup? Do I like to wear all Skittle makeups? Do I not like wearing Skittle makeups? Do I like wearing stilettos this tall? And so it took all that time to recover. And it was a beautiful and hard. It took you 5. See? So don't, yeah, I look like a Skittle if you let me, but I don't think people on the outside will see a therapist looking like a Skittle and not take me, to the 5th floor. So, but you got to remember that you have to relearn yourself. You have to find out who you are. Some of y'all don't even know who you are. Some of you guys have been with a narcissist since high school, since you were a child. So you really don't know who you are. And so for you to go through this process, don't skip any of the process. Go through everything. Feel the pain. Feel the tears. Cry the tears. Be angry. Say that you're angry. Say what you're angry about. You may plead and bargain. But remember why you left in the first place. Because I'm telling you, once you get beyond the process and feel everything, you'll have a different perspective about jumping into another relationship too quick. There's a totally different 9 years. Wow. But there's a totally different respect you'll have for relationships, and you will not jump into a relationship that quick again. If you go through the process, there is a process. It was embarrassing trying to find myself at 40. That's okay. I would tell you how old I am, but then I have to block you off my channel. It makes you a better person. Yes, it does. Yeah. You still in the truck? You gotta get out the truck. 5 long years wasted. See? 9, 27. See? You late, but still on time. Well, welcome. See, 21 years old. You still a kid. You were still a kid at the time. The best revenge is to leave and live life. Are you in quarantine with the virus? I'm still trying to figure my sexuality. Okay, well, you're discovering yourself. See? 14, 19 years wasted, 6 years. That is a long time. 13 years, and you're 55, 17 years, 14 years, 14, 30 years, 22. See? You've done such a great job then, doctor, because you look gorgeous and sound confident. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. In my language is ko wai ao. Who am I? Ko wai ao. Who am I? Wow. What language is that, Sharna? 53 and trying to find myself after 23 years. See? But it's never too late. I was just asking that same question, Polly. What language is that? Right now, I don't even want to be bothered at all. I'm focused on me. See? But I'm telling you, like 25 years, how can someone just go no contact to someone they're married? If they're a narcissist, it's too easy. It's a part of their disorder. Thank you, Miss Kimberly. But think about it. If you don't go through this process of healing, some of you guys, go through this process and then you look back and you've learned a lot about yourself. A lot. Hey, wait a minute. I started college at 40 years old. It's never too late to learn your talents. Absolutely. I built a fish tank stand, so come on. I lost everything and went to jail. Oh, wow. That's Maori. Maori. Okay, and what country? What country? That's Maori. I have 2 years protection order. Oh, wow. You like me? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. As long as you can come on and say I hate you. Doing the research that I have done for the past 3 years, and I guess it's taken that long for this resume. He is a parasite, but now and turn off believe I have a personality disorder as well. Probably just injured. You probably just injured. New Zealand. Oh, okay, New Zealand. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, so let me ask you a question. You said Maori. Is Maori like okay, I don't know how to say it, so I'm just going to say it the way that I'm thinking. You have to correct me, okay? Is New Zealand, is that like a lot of the Polynesians that immigrated to New Zealand? Is that group of people? Legazi said, I would say this: I've had to be selfish in the process and learn how to reject myself with a lot of things on wants and needs. Yeah. She said, Kia ora. Okay. Look at y'all. I'm definitely sticking through the process now, getting to know myself better. It will be a while before another relationship. See, went to jail twice. Look, dialect. I'm lost. That's a beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay. Guam and New Zealand. Okay. Okay. Kimberly said, I try to remember this. The longer I dance with the devil, the longer I will remain in hell. See? See? Um, why does the narc suddenly be nice when he would not even look at me months ago? Go check out my video, Trauma Bonding. Tamara, take pride. Okay. Tiara, don't know how you think I'm being disrespectful. What y'all arguing on here? What y'all arguing about? What y'all arguing about? What you say? Let me see. Now I got to go and see what y'all argue about. What you talking about? Did I miss something? What was said? What was said, Tiara? I guess it's never over when you have kids with a narcissist. Dr. Brian, you're so awesome. I'm so glad I found you on YouTube. Well, thank you, Pinky. I appreciate you. A lot of narcissists on Tiger King show. I got to watch that. It's a shame that humanity isn't something you can see by looking. That is true. Absolutely true. Narc losing his kids, treating them like me. I believe it. Now, Jesse, how many times you gonna tell me I'm pretty? Now you're starting to sound creepy. The narc is nice because he wants something. Obviously, yep. Is it a somatic narc who texts after a year, no communication, to ask for a nude, and I don't respond? He calls 4 times, I don't answer, so he texts, if you don't answer my text, call, I'll block you. You don't have to be a somatic. You can be a cerebral. You don't have to be a somatic. You can be a cerebral. They don't love us. They love having access to us. Absolutely. New Zealand, Samoa, Hawaii, Tahiti, Tonga, and Fiji are all part of the Polynesian Triangle. We have similar, hold on. We have similar language and cultures with a few differences. Kia ora is a greeting in Ori, Maori. Oh, okay. Oh, I think the culture is beautiful. Period. I mean, every single one of them that you just put on here, there's some beautiful. When I went to Hawaii, there's some beautiful people. Oh my gosh, just beautiful people. I had a couple that I counsel that were Tongan. A few of them that I met, they were from Tahiti and Fiji, Samoa, obviously Hawaii. Beautiful people, just the sweetest people. Sometimes they look scary, but just the sweetest people that you'll ever meet, and really family oriented, really family oriented. And I love listening to the language. Can you talk about dealing with a narc in a pandemic? Did a video on that. I said watch the Corona Hoover and be careful with the Corona Hoover. Go watch that one. Dr. Bryant, do two narcissists get along in marriage? Think about this for a minute. Think about the traits of a narcissist. They never connect, so that's not going to bother them. There is no real love there. Each one of them is using each other, but at the same time, they're always paranoid that the other one is doing the exact same thing the other one is doing. A lot of times, if one can't get their way, then what'll happen is maru. Okay, now you got to give me the phonetic spelling of that, and I'll pronounce it. But the thing about it is that with two narcissists, they don't ever connect. There's no love between them. Each one of them is using each other for something, and they're always trying to outdo each other. I have watched two narcissists get into it, and each one of them get each other in trouble. One put one in jail, then they got to get the other one back, put the other one in jail. So it's really is bad. After they've been in the marriage for a little while, it gets bad. It does get bad. They're always paranoid. Yeah, they ain't gonna let you know, but they're always paranoid. Lucretia said, I disagree. We win when we walk away. To don't look back or go back ever. True. Yeah, Calvin said, with a narc, you're in a game you never aware was being played. Exactly. Absolutely. Polly Queen, South Pacific, beautiful. Oh wow, look at that. They think normal people are like them. Yep. Yeah, narcissists are sick. It's just the crazy thing about it is that no one would ever know because they don't present themselves that way. They don't present themselves that way. It means welcome. You are safe and well. Oh wow, wow, beautiful. How are they with restraining orders? Depending on what type of narcissist they are. Some of them don't believe that the law applies to them. And so if you have a malignant narcissist, you have to be careful because they don't think the law applies to them. And they'll break the no contact order or the restraining order anytime they want to, when they feel like it. So it depends on the type of narcissist that you were with, Rhonda. Fireball, you very confused? You're starting to confuse me too. You're too young to know about this? Then why are you on here? The narc will use, abuse, and leave them nothing. They have no feelings whatsoever. Yep. You don't know why you're here? You're just here? How did you get on here? What made you come over here? What made you come on? What'd they say? Anyone in Central Florida area knows of a subsidized living facility that accepts animals, please send me a link. Be careful who you link up with. Do you think J-Lo is a super empath and enough, or just an empath fighting back? I have to go and check it out. I have to check the movie out. We have one of the biggest DV in the world, New Zealand. I think our people will benefit from your teachings. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Do they have laws set up for domestic violence in New Zealand? When do they get what they sold? Well, as long as you're looking for it, never. As long as you are looking for it, they're not. Karma or what comes around goes around, or that's not something that you need to look for. You need to get on with your life. You're busy trying to see when they're going to get back what they've done. As long as you're looking, you'll never find it because they'll never let you know. They'll never let you see. My mother abused me very badly when I was a child. A judge gave sole custody to my dad. It is 30 years later. I want to forgive her, but I just have to keep my distance. She's old and sorry, I think. Well, you forgive her and keep your distance. If you think that you're going to be wounded again, then you keep your distance. You forgive and let that go. Why is it that the narc co-worker, why is it that the narc co-worker that used to be a good guy now acts and talks like him? Flying monkey. We have one of the biggest domestic violence in the world. I think okay. Deep down, they are miserable. Oh yeah, they are. You're welcome. When the mask is off, it's scarier than Freddy Krueger movie. Hug share. My mother was abusive too. I banished her. See, so a lot of people have been through some of the same things you guys have been through. Don't ever assume that when you get on here, you're the only one. You are not the only one. That's why this is a awesome, group of people, an awesome tribe, because a lot of times when you come on here and you feel like you're the only one going through what you're going through, you'll find out that many people have gone through or are going through what you're going through at this moment. Yes, we have laws. Most if the narc here are physical abusive also. Okay. Hey, Miss Bridget. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's like over here. A lot of times is more of the physical abuse. The block party is open. Who we blocking? Who needs to be blocked? Who on here playing games? What we talking about? Because I like to see who y'all blocking. Sometimes it's very interesting. Affirmation I found is very important. Yeah, it is. It is. The stories of people's lives and simulators are crazy. Yes. Yep. Who y'all block? Dr. Brian has been an integral in my healing since 2018. I consider these videos as my medication I take regularly. I have been liberated. Oh, thank you. Hi, Miss Bridget. I miss you. I miss picking on you. He put me in the hospital. Do you think he even cares? I know you can just ask me that question. I'm gonna let you think about that. I almost feel like teens should get educated in schools across Polynesia. I totally agree. Not just in Polynesia, I agree even in the United States that domestic violence teaching and then a lot of these teaching needs to be taught in high schools. If they're going to teach sex education, you also need to teach relationships and domestic violence and narcissist abuse, this kind of stuff. Because believe it or not, I was going through it when I was in high school. I was connected with a narcissist when I was in high school, but I didn't know that's what it was. I didn't know what to look for, and so a lot of the teenagers, believe it or not, are in abusive relationships. And some of them, even though, technically, through the DSM, through the mental health, the DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorders, the psychiatric book that we use, you don't actually diagnose narcissism till you're about 18, 19 years old out of childhood, because a lot of the behaviors are very similar or very, the behaviors of teenagers are usually very similar to narcissism, but they're not, and they usually grow out of it. However, if you actually look at these individuals that have narcissism or are developing narcissism, you'll notice there is a difference, though, between the average teenager that's just selfish and self-absorbed. There's something different about them, and usually you can pick it up. Well, by the time they get old enough to get diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, or you realize a person that you've been with, you can see certain things about them that just doesn't sit right. You see what I mean? But a lot of the teenagers, believe it or not, they may not say much because a lot of us adults that are talking, but you would be surprised that a lot of teenagers are going through this type of abuse and are not being educated about it. And they do need to educate it. They do need to take these type of programs, and they need to teach domestic violence in school. The first thing, most people assume that domestic violence only entails physical touch. It's not. Did you know that physical abuse also entails when someone blocks you in a room and won't let you leave the room, or when they block you because they're trying to talk to you and they want to get the last word in, and so they won't let you move? They are actually keeping you from moving away or leaving a room. That's physical abuse. Did you know not being able to go to the grocery store, not being able to go to the doctor, not being able, they arguing and they won't let you sleep. Did you know that that is also considered physical abuse, that they don't have to put their hands on you? The ones that abuse and they get really close in their face and they're screaming in their face and then they're saying, but I didn't touch you, so I'm not abusing you. Did you know that that's considered physical abuse, where they're talking, they're screaming and they're spitting in your face while they're talking? That's considered physical abuse. See, most people don't know that. Most teenagers don't know that. Or they're jealous, and so it's kind of cute that they give you a I didn't give you guys a time, but to know that it's cute because they keep tabs on me. They want me to make sure I check in with them. All that's so cute that they care about me. You know what? But the thing about it is that they don't realize that is physical. That is abuse. That is that's mental. That's abuse. And so a lot of these teenagers are not being educated about it. I've talked to a lot of teenagers that have come into my office, and a lot of them actually were connected with those that have narcissism. We just couldn't diagnose them with it, right? But the thing was is that they were in abusive, where one of them was raped by a narcissist. But we can't label them narcissists because they're only 16, 17 years old. You know what I mean? But everything that this person was telling me was all the characteristics that we talk about. So you can see the narcissist in the making, where it's like no big deal. I can rape you if I want to rape you, have sex with you when I want to have sex. And you'd be surprised that these teenagers are going through it. And nobody knows, and some of them are afraid to talk about it. Some of them not as verbal as we are. A lot of teenagers are afraid to express themselves and talk about stuff like that. You know what I mean? Y'all tired, beautiful moderators? Oh, the moderators are tired. Y'all moderators tired? You tired of narc busting? This is why I have 3-foot rule. Stasia Sam, I miss being controlled. I miss being controlled. I love freedom more in myself more. 2 years of unimaginable emotional, psychological abuse. Married for 9 years. It was like striving to be a good man triggered her silent rage. These themes are taboo for men to express. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And the thing about it is think about it for a minute. Most men are not taught to talk about being abused. And most men won't tell you that the woman is actually doing the abusing. A lot of times we're so consumed with the fact that there's always a man abusing a woman, but you'd be surprised at how many women abuse men and get away with it because it's unheard of. You know, do you think narcs can truly find God and be saved through Jesus, or is it too late for their souls? That's a good question for Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. So if you go on her YouTube channel, that is my mentor, that is the presiding prelate, which means senior pastor of Into His Chambers Global Ministry. If you go look on her YouTube channel, is Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper, and she is the senior pastor. She's my mentor. She has several churches. She mentors, and she mentors, and she also presides over several ministries and pastors and church leadership. And so that is a very good question for you to ask her. Is Helen Sadler Destiny Helper? Is Helen Sadler Destiny Helper? You'll find her on YouTube. Is Helen Sadler, hey Miss Kamira, Destiny Helper? And that is a good question that you can ask her. You can ask her that question, okay? I had an ex-friend who abused her man and then had a baby with him because he apparently cheated. Oh wow! See, they're not clear thinkers. Remember, a narcissist does not think like we think. You think normal, but they don't think like we think. They have a very dysfunctional way of thinking. It may look, yes, Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. Make sure you subscribe to her YouTube channel. They know the Bible and can tell about it from front to back. They're hypocrites. Yeah, some of them are. Absolutely. Miss you, Miss Kamira. They trap people all the time. Hey, Riri, how are you? Well, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get off. We've been on like 1,500 years. I'm going to go ahead and get off so I can take my makeup back off and lay down and go to sleep. And so I appreciate you guys. I know, right? And y'all didn't have to throw no bell at me. You probably did, but I didn't give you a time. But I'm going to get off. Dr. Carmen, do you think that my mother really doesn't remember any of the things she did, or she knows and thinks I don't remember. I didn't confront her, haven't seen her for years. First of all, she's not going to admit to what she did. That's called the gaslighting. They're not going to admit to what they did. They know what they did. They're just not going to admit to it. They're not going to let you be right. So it's not like she forgot. She know what she did. She's not going to give you the pleasure of confirming that she did what she did. You are so welcome, Polly. It's 1 a.m. So you guys are about 2-3 hours ahead. Good night to you too. You guys have a wonderful night. How you hitting the bell? I ain't give you guys no time. I put myself on the clock today. You are so welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Where's TV going? I'm going to call you tomorrow, Paulina. So you guys have a wonderful evening. You guys have a 5:58. Where are you at, Raven Faye? Where are you at? 12:45? Okay, I'm looking at my clock. You got, okay. Nowhere. You are so welcome. That's right. You guys, London. Okay, I'm telling you, I am coming Germany. All right, but I am coming to London. I'm telling you, I'm coming to Great Britain. Soon as this, well, I can't say soon as this stuff is over, but I'm coming. That's why I want to go. I want to go. Then I want to go to Munich to visit my home, to my hometown. Thank you so much, Polly, and right back at you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate you. Sydney. Okay. Where am I at? Girl, I'm still in Washington. I'm still up here in the northwest. I'm in the northwest. I still got web feet. You are so welcome. Thank you guys so much. Do you counsel by phone? If you do, what are your rates? Olivia, I do not counsel over state lines. I do not counsel over state line. I do provide coaching. If you are over state lines, coaching, and you can email me at Dr. Carmen Bryant at outlook.com. Is DrCarmenBryant and at outlook.com. If you are interested in coaching, you are welcome to email me and I will provide you with the rates. And I do face to face. So I do I do it on my telemental health app that I use when I do actually counseling, but I do face to face when I coach. So you are welcome to email me. You driving me to Munich? Okay. No problemo. Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much, Laverne. I appreciate you. I paid about $4,000 for this smile. So my teeth are not all up in my gums anymore. I am going to be safe. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. Thank you guys for being here. Remember to subscribe. It is Dr. Carmen Bryant at Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. I am on Podbean, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and I haven't put anything new up. I have to put something new up. I just haven't had the opportunity to do anything new on my podcast. I am on Facebook under Psychological Health Consultants and Services, but I want everybody to go over to Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. As you guys transition over there, I can use that site more because that is my book site, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Make sure you guys subscribe to my mentor's YouTube channel. It is Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. For those of you that are asking questions from a spiritual and biblical perspective, she is the presiding prelate of Into His Chambers Global Ministry. She has several ministries. She's over several pastors and leaders and other church. She's mentors of pastor leaders. And she has a wealth of knowledge, wisdom, and information. So go check out her YouTube channel and some of your questions will be answered. And also my book, I don't have it over here. It is Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection. Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection. And you can find it on Barnes and Noble. You can find it on Amazon and Westbow Press for those out of the country. And also, if you guys, her name is Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. You find her on YouTube. Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. And Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection is my book. And those of you that are looking for counseling, that and you prefer to stay in your personal space, you can go to BetterHelp. What is it? BetterHelp. Boy, I haven't said that in a while, huh? BetterHelp.com backslash Dr. Carmen. I had to think about it. I hadn't said that in a while. BetterHelp.com backslash Dr. Carmen. And I set it up where you can click on the link. It's a sponsored link. When you click on it, I put the information as to what you're looking for in counselors, which is narcissist abuse. And you can get a 10% discount. And if you're having problems with financial issues, you can ask, and they will provide you with the grant if you qualify. Audible version, please. Her name, because people get confused. Audible version, please. What do you mean? Yeah, there you go. BetterHelp.com backslash Dr. Carmen. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kim. I appreciate you. So you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. My book, I have not done a Audible book yet. So that's about $6,000 to get someone to do the book for you. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And I love you guys back. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to take my makeup off and pull my hair back into a ponytail. So you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to take a picture of the fish tank now that I got it set up. I don't have the fish yet. I'm going to take a picture of it and I'm going to put it in my community tab. So I'm just showing you guys that, even though I'm busy, I do little things to keep myself, it's not all work all the time, that I do try to break away from work to give my brain a rest from talking all day long, and I just go talk to myself over with the fish tank. So I built my fish tank podium because it was like $400-500, and I put my fish tank up. So I haven't got fish yet, but I'll take a picture of it so you guys can see the finished products with the lights on. So I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. You guys have a good night. I love my tribe. You guys be safe and go be great. Till next time I come on. I'll be back this week sometime. I'll try. I'm going to try to come back this week, okay? I've been busy. So you guys have a good evening, okay? Good night, you guys. Good night, you guys. See you guys later.